Call to order the Personnel Committee meeting, June 4th, 2008. I'll have Mr. Pat Bell lead us in the prayer.
Heavenly Father, help us tonight in our decisions. Help the Personnel Committee do the things that are prudent and correct, and lead us in the right direction. We thank you. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Get back on track here. Chairman, I didn't do that roll call. We got Mr. Benny Johnson's out. He will be here later on, though. Oliver Joseph and Adrian Thompson. You got that?
Got it.
Okay, we do the Planning and Zoning Committee report. Mr. O'Neill Parrington.
At the last meeting, we talked about making some changes in the ordinance regarding the terms of planning and zoning commissioners, and also how to address that issue with respect to staggered terms, because the ordinance previously said that the terms were for 6 years. The initial terms were 4, 6, and 8 years, and for some unknown reason, they kept appointing commissioners in 4 and 6 and 8 year terms. So the terms were out of whack. And so what y'all asked me to reduce the term to 4 years and figure out a way to make this thing staggered. So my recommendation is we're just going to amend the ordinance, and the ordinance is 17.3.1, the composition of the board. Part A, the first two paragraphs are essentially what the ordinance reads today. The third paragraph says the terms of service of commissioners shall be 4 years, where it used to say 6 years. And then after that, to address the problem with the terms that were not in accordance with the ordinance, and to remediate that issue, and also keep staggered terms, because that was the intent of everybody, to have a staggered term. My suggestion was that there are 3 commissioners now serving who are in that 4-year term cycle. If you properly calculated what the term should have been, the 6-year term was supposed to end on 10/15/2007. Those 3 commissioners' terms are expired, and they're now serving because no one else has been appointed. It's my recommendation that you amend the ordinance and then appoint 3 new people, and then their terms will be in line with everybody else's. Secondly, there were some commissioners that were appointed properly to 6-year terms. There are 2 of those sitting. There's 1 empty seat. Those end on 10/15/09, and those terms, just from that point forward, you'll appoint for 4-year terms, and so you'll have a stagger between those 2. And then there were some commissioners who were appointed to 8-year terms, which were beyond anything that the ordinance ever spoke. So my suggestion is that in lieu of that, you designate those terms to end on 10/15/010. That way you'd have 3 ending in 08, 3 ending in 09, 3 ending in 10, and then you'll have a stagger, and you'll also have that 3-year. Every year you'll be having 3 people change out. There'll be somewhere that's a 2-year break, but that way we're back in line with how the ordinance was intended to act, and also you've reduced the term to 4 years.
Make that motion that we send this to the full council.
Okay, I'll second it.
All right, motion by Mr. Todd Lambert, second by Mr. Pat Bell.
Mr. Chairman. O'Neill, could you hit me with those dates again? 10/15/10. What was the other one?
Okay. 10/15/08, 3 will expire. 10/15/09, 3 will expire. 10/15/10, 3 will expire. So we'll be on a rotation of at least 3 out of every 4 years. You'll have some change in the commission.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
No objections? Motion passes. Number 4, Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors, discussion of term limits. We got Mr. Buddy Broussard.
Hi there.
I got it wrote down somewhere, buddy.
My name's Buddy Broussard. I'm the Secretary and Treasurer of the Ascension Economic Development Corporation Board. Just to give you a quick background, the AEDC Board has 7 board members. 4 of those are appointed by the Ascension Chamber of Commerce. 2 are appointed by the Parish Council, 1 by the Parish President. When AEDC was created, the first 7 board members all had 3-year terms, all expiring May 31st, 2008. The bylaws gave us the power to stagger the terms for future board members, which we have done, and I think you have a copy of our staggering going forward. The Chamber of Commerce has reappointed, so to speak, its 4 members for an extended 6 months until we get all this worked out. We'll be asking the council to appoint 2 appointees, as you see on the motion there, 1 for a 1-year term, 1 for a 3-year term. And then after all of these staggered terms expire, as the seats are filled, they'll all be 3-year terms. We do need to come to the council to get a bylaws amendment approved, and that's also on that resolution. We thought it best on the board that the parish president's appointee should have a 4-year term that coincided with his term in office, just to avoid any complications. So we're asking the council to approve that bylaw amendment. Our bylaws, any amendments have to be approved by the council. So we're bringing that to you. And that's the number 1 request here today.
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I second.
Got a motion by Mr. Pat Bell, second by Mr. Todd Lambert. You got discussion?
And, Buddy, I guess all of this has been sent to legal, for as any of our legal looked at it, for as if we need to, Ms. O'Neill. I don't want to get like we are with the planning. I want it to be in line with, with the.
I haven't reviewed
Okay.
No, and the reason is that AEDC is a separate nonprofit corporation.
We just want to make sure that, everything's kosher with that. That's good.
We also are today reminding you that there are 2 seats that have expired. My own seat and Teresa Robert's seat expired May 31st.
So we have to.
We need to reappoint for those spots.
I think we got that.
Yeah, we'll send that out for advertising.
Okay. I'm happy to serve again. I don't speak
Okay.
for Teresa, but we were instructed to continue serving until
Correct.
notified otherwise. Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Got a motion by Mr. Pat Bell, second by Mr. Todd Lambert. Motion carries. Cinnamon, we're gonna flip-flop that 5 and 6.
We're going to go ahead and
We're gonna-
motion to adjourn.
Got a motion by Mr. Todd Lambert,
I'll second it.
second by Mr. Pat Bell. We're adjourned.